وانا ماشي زي ما قلت لكم شفت البوستر بتاع دالاس. كانت لحظة صعبة جدا ان انت تشوف بني ادم بيبدأ حياته لسه صغير عمره 26 سنة وفجأة حياته بتنتهي لبعض الاخطاء. هيبقى معايا دلوقتي ناس من اقرب الناس لدالاس وهم ممكن يحكوا لنا هم كانوا حاسين ازاي بفقدانه. هيبقى معايا صاحبته اشلي وهيبقى معايا اخته كيدي، فهنسألهم كان ايه دالاس وايه حياته ماشية ازاي وازاي الموقف حصل. Hello Ashley, how are you?
I'm doing as expected, one day at a time.
We are so sorry for your loss for sure. This is number one. Number two, you have to tell us about that guy because you know him and for sure she know him more than anyone on the earth. So please tell us about Dallas.
He's an angel. He's our angel. I've always told him he was an old soul. Everyone just saw him for his physique and his, potential as being Mr. Olympia, but there's so much more to that young man. He's my angel. He holds such a great place in my heart. He's just a giant teddy bear. His life was kids. He loved kids. And that's why we started the Dallas Mccarver Foundation, because we want to give back to the unprivileged children, just as he always wanted to do.
So Katie, you grow up in the same home with him, so you have to tell me about Dallas. How was it with him?
Everything that you saw on stage is pretty much how he was in real life. He wouldn't change his personality for anyone. He had the biggest heart. He was the kindest guy. Growing up with him was the best thing ever, and it's going to be hard continuing without him, but hopefully we'll be able to keep him in our hearts and keep everything going. But he was a big teddy bear.
I mean, his number one thing was to have fun. Always laughing, always joking, wanting to put smiles on everybody's faces.
So how's your family about losing him? How did it hit them?
They took it hard. I mean, it's been a challenging time. But the great thing is just seeing everyone come together and being people that we don't even know from different countries and everything have been contacting us and letting us know how Dallas impacted their life, and that is really helping them be able to cope with it because we've had all this support and love, and just like Redcon won and everything, we're just so thankful we have all these people, because if it wasn't for all the people to be around us, we don't know if we would have made it through it. And I've gained a sister in it.
Yes.
So if Dallas still with us now, you believe that he can be Mr. Olympia?
I believe that he could be.
Dallas lived like he knew something. I don't know if he knew it, but he was doing everything that he loved. He was eating what he loved. He was training how he wanted to train. His best friends were around. The week prior, we had Matt Jansen, Joe here that's at Redcon, and Josh all in the house, and it was like a frat house. Like, I would come home and there'd be ice cream, M&Ms, everything all over the place, and he was living life to the fullest. And it just seems surreal to me because I was talking to him at 10:06 that night, and he said he was feeling great. He had the best meeting at Redcon earlier that morning. He did this. His favorite workout for chest was always pressing. I was like, oh, how was your workout today? He's like, oh, it's my favorite. It was chest press and just doing what he loved the most. And then, at 10:06, he said he was going to make his last meal before bed. And I said, are you going to pick me up tomorrow from the airport? Because I was at Monday Night Raw. And he said yes. And then we got off the phone and he was going to call me that night. And then, unfortunately, God took him. But I say, honestly, God only takes the good people. We live on earth and we look around and we see idiots and we see just people that in our heart we don't think belong here. But God doesn't want them up there. They are here on earth, and he only took the good one, and he took the best one yet.
We know that you are a wrestler. Have you been wrestling with him?
Yes. We were in the transition period that we would wrestle around in the house. If you check out my Instagram, you'll see videos of us wrestling, and I was quick, but he outpowered me, so there was no way of kicking out of that. So he was a tough cookie.
Dallas, one time on the stage he collapsed, and Shonrai ran to him and told him that, dude, you are doing something wrong, you have to fix it, and you have to take care of your health before these competitions. What was your opinion at that time? You didn't talk to him to stop bodybuilding or stop what he's doing?
You know, to be honest with you, Dallas and I had that conversation many times with going to the doctors and when he came home, but he was so busy and just his goal was bodybuilding. That was his life. So if you think about it, if you tell a 26-year-old boy that he had to stop doing what he loved to do because of a condition or something, do you think Dallas would do that? I don't know. In his mind, this was his life. This is what he lived, ate, breathed, slept for. It was bodybuilding and to be the best he could possibly be. So if you tell a kid that their dream can't become reality, I don't know if he would have ever stopped it. You know, when he collapsed on stage, that was a big red flag. But he wanted to live every day like it was going to be his last, and that's sure enough what he did.
What about your family and you? Did you talk to him when you saw him on the stage collapsing and all the bodybuilders, they were carrying him and he was so big and huge at that time? They struggled to get him out from the stage. Did you say anything for him or your family say anything for him to stop him doing bodybuilding?
Well, growing up, my brother and I have always had trouble with asthma and bronchitis. So we get it pretty much every single year. And it was the time, and we knew he had bronchitis, and he does have to take care of himself, but it's something that we are kind of used to. But he was pushing himself hard, but it wasn't anything that threw a red flag up to us because we usually get bronchitis once a year. And so we just told him to relax, and and he said that he was going to, and he cooled down after that and seemed fine, and he was going to just keep doing what he loved, and we were just happy for him because we wanted him to support him to the best of our abilities.
How much I myself miss that guy, and I miss his smile, I miss his jumping on the stage, and like everything he was doing, he was like taking all the hearts with him. And in the same time, one of the guys that no one say one word against him or say anything about him. Like he's really, like you say about him that he's an angel, and he really was an angel. So what do you want to say for Dallas right now if he's like listening for us?
Oh goodness, I know he'll always be watching over me, and he always had a plan for me and everyone and him, and that we just want to make sure we keep everything going, and that we're not going to let his legacy die. We're going to keep it going, and we're going to stay strong and continue all his things that he worked hard for, and hopefully little Mccarver can keep the Mccarver name going in some way, either through outgrow your ego or just putting on a smile for the Mccarvers.
Dallas, just please never leave us. Always be our guardian angel, and we love you.